Okay, I will only say this, that be very mindful of who you're watching on YouTube, because there's a mind, and the only thing that's real is what's between the ears of real people. All right, because that's what makes reality good, bad, and different. It's what you believe. And what most people believe is wrong. Not only wrong, it's actively wrong. It's completely made up. So with that in mind, when you watch these so-called truther channels, and there's so many of them that are straight up shills, liars, they're looking for something other than to tell you what's going on. They're looking for some way to make a buck. Hey, that's the way it goes. If that's your motivation, come out and say it. And just be open about it and do it. You know, because then there's nothing hidden. But don't pretend you're actually putting things out and that you know things. When you're just running your mouth. You're just saying, hey, something's a hoax. All right, if you say it's a hoax, you better know why. All right, let me tell you why this is a hoax. Besides the fact it didn't happen. It's all code. Do you notice this setup right here these guys are doing? There's 3 men, obviously, right? So if I go back to, let's just say, this page. Oh, oof. Let me tell you right now, and I don't normally do this, but these guys, every one of these guys are shills. Every one of them. If not by the fact that they're a shill outright, they're a shill by the fact that they're having you go down a lie-filled road. Every one of these guys is a liar. Guaranteed, man. Bank on it. This whole story's a lie. 1776. All these guys are well dressed. They just left their little hotel and they ran out here. The only thing that needs any help are these cattle. They need to get some water and they need to get to a place where they can actually eat. You know? Idiots. There's nothing going on out here as well. All of this is a bullshit hoax. I'm sorry to tell you. You go into this rat hole, you do it yourself. I'm telling you, it's bullcrap. It's not happening. It's all a setup. Every one of these guys is pretending to be someone. The BLM all of a sudden looks like a bunch of frickin' military cutouts. Bearded idiots with frickin' dogs, man. The crowds are all yelling, and when you listen, they're not saying nothing. They're just making noise. It's a lie, man. Continuing. So you go to the 3rd degree, you'll recall that this is the most they're going to get away with. They can't drag this idiot out shirtless, right? So they're going to make sure his legs are uncovered. Fine, we got that covered. Do you see the tattletale? Do you see the telltale tattletale? All right, let me calm down. All right, so moving through, you always know that these guys are wicked because they step out with their left foot. All right. So now to get to the point, you'll recall a certain position that you've seen before. It would have been the big makeup scene. Where's the big makeup scene? Right here. And if you recall, the big makeup scene is where you saw it in the Sandy hoax when the character known as Obama, who is not president. There's no president of the United States, man. There's no Congress working for you. Silly. Anyways, so they're making the connection, all right? They're making the connection, right? All right. Let's go up to now where we're at in this particular scenario, hoax scenario. So what are they contending? They are taking this person, this man, over the hex, over the block, i.e. the stumbling block. he's being escorted over by, look at this guy. This guy, for the life of this guy, doesn't want to screw this up. You can see this dude, other than eating, he's had nothing more important in his life other than to not screw this picture up. And he did it. You see the angle. That's your 7 angle. His arm will make the second 7, which is your Lucifer's gate. This added up is going to make your 8. Into angles, it's going to be what's called the Pythagoras. If you ever saw my Plato and other blasphemers and worthless blasphemers video, you'll notice that these guys are into geometry and problems. And here's one of their big problems, the 47th problem. And what is their problem? Let me show you what their problem is. How do you balance 2 balls on a cane? That's the secret, right? That's what they want to know. How can they balance a world on the tip of the penis, the phallus, the person of Lucifer or Satan or the light bringer, right? That's what they're actually trying to do. That's why everything's about the penis. That's why everything is about getting you excited and not using this head. Let's move forward, and I'll solve that problem for them. All right. So that's their issue. What's the issue? You can see it right now. There's a gap, right? There's a gap here. No balance, i.e. you would have to actually tether something here to keep this balance. How then do you balance this system? All right. Your double 7 goes in. That's your Lucifer's gate. That's now you've put in a structure, support, to support your system. When I say support system, this is your head. This is what's in your head. That's what gets you up in the morning. That's what makes one foot go in front of the other. That's what makes you say, oh, this thing is worth it. Where's this coming from? Where's the support for that thought coming from in your head? If it's coming from this, you're getting it from the wrong guy. Continue. Here's the double 7, the support for the support of the man, the new man, walking across after being accosted, going through the Hiram Abiff ruffian nonsense, where this is taking out the sin of the man because of your bad works, and then you're reborn. You know, after these thugs beat you down, you're reborn into this. And that, of course, is the fallen system, which I'll continue to fill in here. So how do you keep this system afloat? A system is only afloat by willing participants and willing minds. How do you beat humans? How do you corral humans? How do you keep people locked in cages? You keep people locked in cages because there are other people willing to do it. And they're willing to do it because of this structure within their head is corrupt. It's not based in truth, period. It has nothing to do with reality. It has to do with a fallen paradigm. So, how do you fix that problem? You energize the eye. You give the eye something. You give the eye intelligence. You give the eye a truth that you want it to move to. And the eye being the individuals. Right? You put in a yoke, which is the fallen system. That's the hex, and you face it upside down because you want it grounded into the phallus. Yeah, if it helps you, your mouth is on that. Your entire life is on top of that. Every single second you deal with it. That's the fact. So how then does that equate to a... Okay, how does this then equate to a balance? How then can you take a complete lie and balance it and create what most people that you run into will consider this truth? How then did they take a lie and make a truth out of it? Strictly by the number. Okay, you add your hex to the man that you've turned upside down. You hex him, you bewitch him, And then, guess what happens? You have a nice little place to put your balance. It's balanced perfectly now. Do you see that? You're sitting on top of the fox ears. And everything you hear and see is from the perspective of the liar. So stop coming every time you see a story on CNN. Of course it's a hoax.
Hey Dave, you okay, man?
Hey Pompa, yeah, I was just getting a little I guess they call that flustered, flabbergasted or whatnots.
Yeah, because everybody's running around like they don't own a head.
Yeah, they're running around like they don't own a head. That's a good way to put it.
Well, hey, did you want to take a rip?
Yeah, let's go do that. Oh, by the way, Jesus Christ saves you from all this mess. Grace alone. God bless.